Good morning to all. Welcoming all
Good morning.
for this process. Good morning. This is a POKEOK mistake proofing methodology. I am Parthivan. The introduction and all, Rekha just delivered now. I would like to go through the session. Any clarification, any doubt, please feel free to stop the session and ask the question. Don't wait for till end of the session. Okay. So this is a POKEOK. The history of POKEOK is actually 1960. Mr. Shingo invented the POKEOK for preventing the human errors actually. So also he is known as father of Toyota production system. So it was originally described as Bakayoke. That means actually it's a foolproofing. It's a Bakayoke is a foolproofing. Foolproofing is not good. And over the period of time, this terminology changed as Poka-yoke. The Poka is mistake, yoke is proofing or error proofing. We can call it as error proofing also. So why we need this Poka-yoke? So most of the time actually we are blaming others also in case any mistakes happens. Okay. Normally I did not do it, his fault, it's not my fault, it was not me. All these things we are showing others instead of finding the root cause for the issue. So normally these most of the time the mistakes are mainly because of the human errors. So human errors are the misunderstanding, the forgetfulness, wrong identification, lack of experience, and a lack of standardization, and unexpected errors, and intentional errors also. Sometimes some people will do intentionally errors to make the issue. Within the boss and him, some problem is there, he will make a mistake, and finally that leads to the component defect or some scrap. So before going to the POKEOK, we would like to know why we need to implement POKEOK. Otherwise, without implementation, why it is not possible to resolve the mistakes or something. So for that, we need to go for, we need to understand about mistake. The three types of inspections. So inspections are very important in the manufacturing line. So three types of inspections are judgmental inspection, informative inspection, and source inspection. Judgmental inspection is nothing but the final inspection. Before delivering the component to the customer, all the component needs to be inspected thoroughly, and the defects and what is the problem of all these things they will collect, and that will retain with them only. It will not go back to the respective department. And the second inspection is informative inspection. Informative inspection is information data. They will collect the information and data, and they will pass on to the previous stage to stop the or eliminate the error. The informative inspection contains three stages actually: statistical quality control, successive check, and self-check. Statistical quality control, everybody knows, the followed by many companies: QC tools, control charts, quality circles, etc. And a successive check is nothing but A sends to component to B, and B checks every component before starting the process. That means before producing the component, the B will check all the components thoroughly. That is a type of successive check actually. The self-check is A sends components to B, and A checks every component immediately after producing before sending to B. So after producing the component, A will check the component parameters, everything thoroughly before passing to the next process. So that in case of any error or something, that component will be hold in the particular stage itself. That is called self-check. These all judgmental inspection and informative inspection will not stop eliminate the error or defect. So it will reduce a defect. But again the repeat may will repeat again. So how to stop the defect production in the manufacturing line? Through the source inspection. The source inspection is actually all the parameters are checked before producing the component. That means machine parameters, fixer parameters, component parameters, all these things we need to inspect thoroughly. If that parameters are meeting the standards, then only the component will start producing. Otherwise, it will resolve the particular issue and then they will start producing the component. That means source inspection. The source inspection eliminates errors so that defects are avoided. The source inspection results in zero QC quality control. Zero QC eliminating the quality control activity. Source inspection achieved through POK-OK. So this is how the POK-OK actually that even the inspection process is there, but problems are repeating again, but the volume of defects are reducing even though the defects are repeating again. How to eliminate 100%? That is a purpose the POK-OK has been created. POK-OK is not the automation of inspection process. POK-OK, the many people are thinking of the inspection process itself. If they create some methodology to identify the defect, is a POK-OK. No, that's not a POK-OK. POK-OK is actually ideas and techniques that ensure mistakes never happen are POK-OK. That like that we need to, before producing, the time of manufacturing itself actually, we need to identify the idea or technique we need to implement so that the mistakes never happen in the manufacturing line. That is called POK-OK. There are two types of POK-OK. Two types of POK-OK are the setting method and regulatory function method. The setting method is actually how the system works. We need to understand and we need to develop the POK-OK. And the regulatory function is how the system communicates. By understanding that, we can develop the control type POK-OK and alarm type POK-OK. Like that also we can develop it. The three types of setting methods are contact method, fixed value method, and motion step method. The contact type is actually USB pen drive. These are all contact type POK-OK. Defect prevented through contact. So if in case if you reverse a USB pen drive, you can't fit it into the slot. That is the contact type POK-OK. Sensors are now used to detect errors even without contact also. The second one is fixed value method. It is fixed value method is counting the number of screws. Because manufacturing assembly line, you have to put 10 screws. If you put only 8 screws or 9 screws, that your system will not allow to the further production. That type of POK-OK called fixed value method. The third one is motion step. Motion step is follow the sequence of activities. Suppose particular sequence you need to assemble some product, but you are missing some sequence, means that system will not allow you to the next step. It's called motion step. These all three are called setting method. And regulatory function method, how the system communicates. There are two types. One is control type, another one is warning type. The control types is it will stop the machine and you cannot bypass the system also. It's called control type. Warning type gives alarm signal noise. It can be bypassed also. So out of these two, so control type POK-OK is always better, because warning type POK-OK, the operator is possibility of bypassing the alarm or something. It can produce a component with a defect also. So always think for the control type. So 10 errors where you can use POK-OK. Okay, processing omissions. A step was forgotten. For assembly process or some production process, some various steps are there. You forgot to manufacture particular step, means that your process will not allow to the next level. That's called processing omission. A step was forgotten. Number 2, processing errors. Something was done incorrectly. Suppose some boring or drilling and boring is there. Instead of drilling, if you start directly boring operation, it will damage the tool. So the machine will stop the machine, then the machine will not allow the boring process without drilling operation. It's called processing errors. Number 3, error in setting up the workpiece. In case when you are before production, mass production, you have to set up the fixer or jig, everything. In any error or something you made in the fixer or jig, it will lead to the component scrap. So your POCAOK system will not allow that type of errors when you are manufacturing. Assembly omissions. A part was forgotten. You have to assemble one gearbox with various parts, or 50 parts are there. In case if you miss one of the part of the gearbox, that gearbox will lead to the defect or something, noise development, or it may get damage also. Then in such a area, if you implement POCAOK, your POCAOK system will not allow the assembly process to proceed further. Wrong part item was included. In case out of 10 parts you used some wrong parts in the assembly area, your POCAOK system will stop the line. Number 6, wrong workpiece, same thing only. Operation errors, incomplete information procedures not allowed. Operation incomplete information or procedures will not permitted after the during the assembly process. Number 8, adjustment, measurement, dimensional errors. These all, any errors happen in the adjustment, measurement and dimensional areas, this POCAOK system will stop the line. Equipment maintenance error. In case the equipment is having some particular run out of the spindle, or some error in your table or something, that will lead to the your component error or component defect. So this type of situations, actually, your POCAOK system will stop the machine, give the alarm, or it will not permit the next process. Number 10, errors in preparation of tools, fixer, blades, etc. Same thing. There are 6 ways of using POCAOK: the elimination, replacement, prevention, facilitation, detection, and mitigation. The elimination of unwanted process or mistakes, downloading machine data rather than entering manually. So nowadays the machines are running with a CNC, computerized numerical control machines are there. So every product you have to change the program. So many times, many of the people, what they will do, the program will be entered by the people manually. So it will lead to the manual error, to a typographical error that leads to the component defect. To avoid that, you can scan the particular this thing, or you can copy paste it. Like that, if you do it, the error and all will not happen, and your product mistake proof or defect free product you can manufacture. Replacement: replace the step with a more reliable process, scanning the data instead of manual entry. Your final assembly area, barcoding number and all, many people are entering manually barcoding. Instead of that, you can scan the barcoding and you can deliver the product to the next stage. That will reduce the error or eliminate the error permanently. Number 3, prevention: to change the process in such a way that mistakes are not possible to make. Like example, USB pen drive. Even operator try to do mistake, he can't do mistake. That's the way you need to develop the POCAOK system, actually. Sometimes the component shape or component configuration, it is confusing. Operator try to engage in the opposite way on the fixer. It will lead to machine accident also. Also, sometimes lead to the component scrap. To avoid, you have to develop the USB, pen drive, your POCAOK system in such a way. And number 4, facilitation: make the correct process easier to follow. Color coding system: your component input, output, or scrap components need to be kept in the bin or something with the color coding. If there is no color coding, if it is a red color, it's a scrap. Directly people will understand the components are scrap components, like that. So there is no confusion or ambiguity when handling the components. Number 5, detection: make mistakes obvious to see. Use lights, sensor, etc. So detection type, actually, is in case some pressure or machine, some particular machine parameters not as per the specification, it will lead to the scrap of the component. So in case of pressure drop, air pressure drop, some lamp indication or revolving light or sensors can switch on, so that the operator will understand the machine is not in the perfect stage or perfect condition, so that the component production is not okay. They will ensure the problem is corrected, then they will produce a component. That is a detection method. And mitigation, minimize the effect of defects when it cannot be eliminated, using fuses where load fluctuates. So you can use the overload protection fuses also. In case something goes wrong, the fuse will go and stop the machine, like that. These are the six ways of using POK-OK. The benefits of POK-OK is a reduced training time. The people, anybody, you can engage with the machine operation. Even very least knowledge on machine area, operators also you can engage if POK-OK, strong POK-OK implemented in the machineries, so that even operator try to do mistake, the machine will not permit to start. Otherwise, it will indicate the operator to fix it properly. Improved safety, reduced waste. Waste means scrap or rework is eliminated. Higher productivity, we can produce more components, promoting culture of continuous improvement. They will give the actually operators will get motivated, and the culture of the total organization also will get changed. Steps towards implementation of POK-OK. There are 4 steps of four stages are there when implementing POK-OK. How to set up mistake proofing. Step 1. Step 1 is the keep firmly in mind. Everyone makes mistakes, but I am responsible for those mistakes as a manager. So sometimes the manager, even manager level itself, they will think it is operator job. They are given the job, they recruited the person with a salary. It is his responsibility to produce a component without mistakes and all. Some managers will think, which will lead to operator also will get demotivated, and its morale also will get affected. Instead, you should think it is my responsibility to eliminate the mistakes of the operators also by providing proper POK-OK or foolproofing system. It's attitude related matter. You may think that is just mental theory, but as long as you blame others or your workers, you cannot think of POK-OK. If you think simply blaming an operator, your mind will not work, and you cannot actually produce any. You cannot introduce any POK-OK ideas. It's more important than you think to change your mindset, and I will make POK-OK. So you have to think yes, it's possible to make POK-OK. So how to make POK-OK? And you have to think positively. Then your mind will give more ideas. I'll make POK-OK process. In order to do that, what should I do? Step number 2, find the most mistake or hidden work or process. In Lean Six Sigma, we always deal with a few important factors. The impact of after solving the vital few mistakes is more significant than solving the others. Everybody knows actually the Pareto analysis. The Pareto analysis is very important to identify which area we need to focus to implement POK-OK ideas. 80% of the output is produced by 20% of the input. So understand this and collect all the information and prioritize and find out the 80% of the mistakes areas or defect areas, and take action in the 80% of the areas, so that your 20% of total 100% of the problem also will get eliminated. So when you concentrate 80% of your issue by systematic Pareto analysis, your overall defect ratio will come down actually. Step number 3, find the root cause of the vital few mistakes and design control POK-OK or warning POK-OK. So after Pareto analysis, we have to find the root cause and a permanent action for the defects. And with that, we have to finalize whether it may be a control POK-OK or warning POK-OK. Decide and we can implement further also. Step 4 is make an SOP, standard operating procedure, and checklist. Then train the operators according to the Once POK is implemented, make a SOP, standard operating procedure, and a checklist. With that, you have to train the operator, then you implement it. This is the way, totally 4 steps are there in implementing POK. You may be able to practice actual POK by using the data validation. Then you should also make a checklist that lists the important steps of the new process. Step 3, you should design a POK operation that produces less mistakes and document the standard operating procedure. Have the operators check this checklist during this operation. So we have to discuss with the operator, or they will get demoralized. Actually, the new method must be user friendly for the operator. It is very important. If it is not user friendly, the operator will try to bypass the POK system, and they will produce a component without your knowledge. Very important. It should be user friendly. Simple example of POK. You see, the before POK, the person tried to pick some boxes which will lead to the accident, or during accident for him also, and the component falling down, and it will damage the component also. We have to make a POK, and we will develop some system, and which will ensure no mistakes are happening to humans also. Human will, it's a permanent disability also may happen, and component also may, it will actually profitability will get affected. You see, these are two components. Is a okay method, is a not okay method. You see, this is the component. That component is a wrongly fitted. Why it is possible to fix it in both? You see, this is a spindle. On the spindle, fixer is there. And the fixer, some component is fitted. The component configuration is able to fix in both the way, which will lead to accident of the equipment, machine, or it will damage a component also. This is okay way. Is the right way to fix a component. This is the POK idea. The POK that bracket which will stop the component pushing inside the fixer. So it will not permit the operator to fix the component in the wrong way. Another example of POK, you see here, this is the work can be welded without nut also. You see the picture of both the picture. One is work on the work that fit the nut. It's actually spot welding type of nut actually. That it is possible, even there is no work plate is there also there, or nut not fixed, even though possible to proceed next operation. You see the second picture. There are some photoelectric sensor introduced. In case nut is not fixed on the work, what will happen? That the RAM, the press RAM will come down, and it will sense by the photoelectric sensor, and it will stop the equipment. It will not weld the component or damage the fixer, so that the product is delivered without not possible to deliver the component. This is a simple way of implementation of OK. Welding cannot be done during absence of nut. If nut is not there, the machine equipment will not weld the fixer, or it will not damage the workpiece also. This is the dimension method. The two types are there. One is good, above the top of the component, you see the good product, and below defective product also there. If you reverse the component, what will happen? It will damage the machine also. It will the defective component go to the customer. To avoid that, actually they introduced one stopper type of arrangement. What will happen? The stopper will stop the component in case if it is reversed. This is also shape method. This is the right component, defective component, and a good product. Two types of products are there. The both are in mixed way, it will come. So people will think why we are allowing defective components to the process line. These are all human errors. It may happen. Sometimes because of operator error or IQF inspection, input quality inspection area, they miss out 1 or 2 components out of 1,000 components. They will miss one component with a defective way. What you'll have, you have to introduce some small type of conveyor. In case the component, the pin type of component is not coming in, it will not permit to the next process. That is how you need to develop the POK system. You see the second picture, the defective product and correct product. It can be the component can fix it in either this both the way. To avoid that, if you introduce one small guide pin, what will happen? It will permit the component in the particular way only. Otherwise, it will not permit to the permit operator to fix a component on the fixer. This is a sequential type of method by process sequence method. You see here, there are 4 operations are there: blanking, corner cutting, bending, and welding. These 4 processes are there in the sequence operation. In case if you miss a corner cutting operation, the blanking to bending, that equipment will not permit, or it will give a buzzer alarm, and it will indicate the operator you are producing or you are skipping one process. It will indicate the operator. Immediately, you will stop the line. They will ensure and they will pass the component to the next stage. This is how this the process sequence method of method POKs are functioning. This is also same way. This is a sequence of operation. Same way. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. These are the stages of the assembly line. In case A, B, C, D, you are not picking up the component or stage by stage, you are not ensuring. If you are not ensuring E process, then it will stop your cylinder operation of the final end process. Like that, you have to think according to your process or this thing to ensure there is no defective piece or component goes to the customer or next step. That is the purpose of POK. Is a detecting fixed number. Numbers such as pressure, electric current, temperature, or time, and so on are fixed to control. When detected numbers are over the value, work or operation cannot be continued. Suppose example, equipment air pressure. Normally 6.5 kg per cm square pressure is required for machine operation. That is the minimum pressure. We must ensure in case the pressure is not in the specification, not meeting the specification, it will lead to accident or component ovality or bore ovality. Many things are there. That's why air pressure ensuring is very important. Temperature. Some washing machines and all, temperature of the your liquid is very important. In case temperature of the liquid should be more than 80 to 90 degree means in case if it is a 50 degree, the component may produce defect component in the next process. So we need to ensure the temperature of the particular liquid of the equipment. Oil level, hydraulic oil level, lubrication oil level, coolant oil level, many oil levels are there. In case oil levels are low, the machine will malfunction will lead to accident or will produce component defect. Thickness, electric current, voltage. Electric current and voltage are also very important. If during welding operation, the current and voltage is not set properly, it will lead to it will produce defective component. These all automatically we can link with the POK system. Air pressure, temperature, oil level. If oil level is low, immediately oil level indicator, automatic level monitoring sensor we can introduce, and that sensor will give the signal to the machine operation, will stop the machine, or it will create alarm or buzzer or lamp. It will switch on the lamps also. So it will indicate operator, oh, machine is in trouble, we should not produce a component which will lead to the defect. Likewise, we have to develop a lot of POK in the machine equipment area. Machine basic specification we need to ensure. Otherwise, definitely the component, defective component, we can't stop it. Likewise, you see here equipment. Yeah, all the washing machines. The washing machines temperature is very important. Temperature, particular time factor. If it is exceeding the time, also the component may get damaged. Motion stop okay. This type of okay devices ensures that a correct number of steps have been taken and possibly also a sequence of steps. Example of this could be the use of nut runner to tighten specific number of bolts to a required target. Suppose some gearbox, automobile gearboxes are there. In gearbox, when you tied the end flange, 10 bolts are there. If you are not tightening equally all the bolts, it may lead to the oil leakage from the gearbox. Otherwise, the sequence of tightening also important. Opposite bolts should tighten. Continuously, if you tighten the peripherals, it will lead to the again mismatching of the end flange and lead to the oil leakage also. To ensure that the proper tightening, the proper torquing is very important of the nut runner. It's automatically you can, if you tell the operator to tighten the nut properly with a particular torque and using the torque wrench, you will tighten or for few components. Maybe 100 company want to produce means some of the company you may not tighten properly with a particular respective torque. To avoid that, we can introduce this type of POCO case. So automatic ensuring of torquing. When tightening of 10 nuts or bolts, even one nut not properly tightened with a specified torque, it will not allow the component to the next process. This is a positive way of POCO system. So POCO keys are used in day-to-day lives also. This is all as of now we discussed about a manufacturing line or our mass production system. But most of us are thinking it's only applicable to manufacturing industries, not applicable in day-to-day life. Not like that. We are using day-to-day many POCO without understanding that is a POCO. You see the POCO 3-pin plugs are there in the computer, many things are there. The plugs, 3 pins are there. If you reverse the plug, it will not enter to the socket. Same as SIM card. This everybody knows the SIM card, one corner, one flat is there. So to avoid misposition of the SIM. If you can't position in the reverse of the SIM, they do not enter in the mobile also. Nowadays, the cars are integrated with the collision warning and brake support. So it will give 10 meters collision warning to the driver, and even driver not observing, automatic braking system also will energize and it will stop the brake. Okay. This is actually now the latest generation cars are equipped with a collision warning and a braking system, automatic braking system. So in case the specified distance car collision may happen because of the driver unconscious or it is mistake, it will inform or it will create awareness to the driver some by through some alarm or something, some light indication or something. The immediately collision warning indication starts our car. Even it is not observed by the driver, immediately the automatic braking system will actuate and stop the car to avoid hitting of the opposite vehicle. These are the type of POCO cases. And another POCO is very simple POCO and effective POCO. If this sign, you will hit the bridge. So very low cost implementation actually. Very simple POCO. People will understand when crossing this board. Oh, our vehicle touching the this board, surely our vehicle will touch the bridge also. To avoid the bridge damage as well as to avoid our vehicle damage also. In our vehicle cars, our petrol fueling area of the car has 3 types of mistake proofing devices. Number 1 is filling pipe inset keeps larger leaded fuel nozzle from being inserted. So your petrol and diesel nozzles also will not match with the diesel nozzles will not match with the petrol vehicle. Like that also they developed POCO. Number 2, gas cap does not allow the motorist to drive off without the cap. So your closing cap, if it is not fitted properly, it will not allow the vehicle to drive without closing that cap, the vehicle we can't drive. Like that also some automated vehicles are there. Not all the cars, some advanced new generation cars having this type of facilities. Number 3, gas cap is fitted with a ratchet to signal proper tightness and prevent over tightening. So the gas cap means petrol nozzle cap actually. The cap, when you tighten the cap, what will happen? Some noise, it will ratchet type of noise it will develop. To understand, adequately we tighten the nozzles, that is enough. It is indicating the tightness of the particular cap. Otherwise, people will over tighten and will damage the cap also. In electronic door locks can have 3 mistake proofing devices. Number 1, it ensures that no door is left unlocked. So you want to drive the car, if one of the door is not locked, it will indicate immediately by lighting or something. It will indicate. Number 2, doors automatically lock when the car exceeds 18 miles per hour. Even you lock all the doors when you are not locked, or automatic locking is not operated. So the vehicle speed is increased to 80 miles per hour. It are doors getting locked automatically. These all type of okay only. So lock won't operate when door is open and the engine is running. So engine running time you can't operate the lock also. This type of 3 types of interlocks, and these are interlocks. Yeah, so in the automobile controls have mistake-proofing device to ensure that the key is in the on position before allowing the driver to shift out the park. The keys cannot be removed until the car is in park. Everybody knows. Warning lights alert the driver of potential problem. These devices employ the warning method instead of control method. Your dashboard, you will see the petrol level low, temperature is more, any indicators are there, no? These are all warning type of okay. You see here, a new lawn mowers are required to have a safety bar on the handle that must be pulled back in order to start the engine. If you let go of the safety bar, the blade stops in 3 seconds or less. So always the lawn mowers need to be operated by putting the safety bar. Otherwise, if you release by mistake or because of the fatigue or something, automatically your blades will stop. Otherwise, if it is a independent type of operation, it may lead to some accident or it will damage of the floor or even human also. The circuit breakers prevent electrical overloads and the fire that result. When the load becomes too great, the circuit is, even our MCBs, all these things are okay type only. If the temperature or your current flowing your excess exceeding your target or specification, it will trip automatically. These are all the type of okay. Even our house sink, you see, even bathroom sinks have a mistake proofing device. It is a little hole. There is a little hole in basin. If you when you are allowing the water, excess water, it will go overflow through that and go back to the drainage. Otherwise, it will overflow and it will your floor, it will affect the floor also. The iron boxes turn off automatically when it is left unattended. When it is returned to the solder, this is all everybody knows actually. When you set something, automatically it will cut once reaching the temperature. These are automatic. Everybody knows it. We are using in the later life also. Here some hair dryer. This wall-mounted hair dryer has 2 slots on either side of the switch. One slot is particularly covered with a thumb. The bracket on the wall has 2 pointed prongs that go through the 2 slots and turn off the dryer off if the user neglected to do so. Even your dryers, you are not switching off. When you put it in the location, automatically it gets off. That's the way that the pocket can develop in this. The parking garages have low clearances to ensure that cars entering the garage will fit garages or fitted at the go and no go gauge. It's like equipment we are using go gauge and no go gauges. No, same way entrance also they fix some height, specified height. That more than that height vehicles they will not permit in the parking lot. The pen prevents ruining your shirts by retracting the tip automatically when the pen is clipped into your shirt pocket. The catch that keeps the tip out actually in the pocket clip. When you pull out the clip to put it on your shirt, the pin that engages the catch is released, causing the tip of retracting. So these are some pens are developed and designed like this actually to avoid your pen is not projected out and it will damage your shirts or something. It's some type of pens are developed like this. The elevators also, your lifts and elevators are equipped with photoelectric sensors to prevent doors from shutting off people. They also equipped with sensor and alarms to prevent. So this everybody knows in the malls and all, when you try to enter, if you show the hand in front of the door, it will stop. It not, otherwise it will push and it will kill the people also. If it is not there, this type of poker is not there. You see, that swimming pool is the automatic water level controller. This device continuously monitors the water level. If the level is low, the water valve open to add the water to the pool. And if the level is more high also, it will stop the water flow to avoid overflowing. And it's again natural source wastage. No. Same way, this manufacturer has rigged this drill to stop immediately when the bit contacts any grounded or electrically live materials. So you can't drill through hidden pipes or wiring. So that mason or someone as a carpenter drilling on the wall, the equipment will drill your electrical wiring or something also. It will damage or it is shock to you also. To avoid that, the manufacturer developed in case of any soft material or something, immediately it will sense and it will stop the drilling machine. Such a way it is developed. Here some foreign countries, even at London, tourists used to right-hand side driving need some help in London. Instructions are printed right on the asphalt. Not the strongest, most controlled. Mistake proofing there is, but I certainly appreciated it. You see, look left, look left. This is a floor marking. Not only London, many our India also developed this type of floor and highways. A lot of informations are there in the roads actually. So for the user friendly to the drivers for easy understanding to avoid accidents. Again, you might have observed that you cannot operate the microwave until the door is closed. Also, if you do not do open it, then microwave stops immediately. It's all interlocks. Is a type of poke only. Same way, washing machines also. The control mechanism is present in the washing machine to ensure that they start functioning only after the door is closed. Also, once started, the door cannot be opened until one full cycle is complete. Automation is there. Many automations are there. All nothing but poke. These are also type of poke only. Utensils made of specific metals only work on the heating plate of the induction cooker. If you use utensils that have a bottom of different metal, it gives the peep. Gives out the peep. Also, some work only for flat bottom pans. They give out of warning signal if round bottom parts are used. One more error detecting mechanism is that if the cooker is left in the on mode for a while, it switches off on its own after some time. This prevents shocks and fires. This is also type of poke. This everybody actually experienced in our home. It is simple poke. When we are parking our car in the garage or something, so we don't know, we need two people to give the direction how much we can come forward or something, no? So to avoid that actually, only driver can able to understand the parking location or exact parking location to avoid the hitting at the front portion of the vehicle. So we can hang on small ball. The ball is touching our windshield of the vehicle. That is the exact position of the parking. We can understand. Accordingly, the ball we need to finalize the ball position. That is very important. These are you see can fall on. So yes, all three or all four cabinets also you can pull out. What will happen? It will create unbalance and it may topple. or it may fall on the user also. To avoid this, some manufacturer developed a pocket system for some file cabinet. When you are opening one cabinet, the remaining 3 cannot be opened. After closing this only, you can open another one. Like that, they interlocked actually. These everybody knows actually this in all the lodges and all where many people are handling their rooms actually. So when you open or release a key from the socket, it will switch off the entire lighting system or energy this thing of the particular room. To avoid even forgot to switch off the room lights, it is nothing but energy saving. Okay. Actually. You see the sink, the wash basin sink, they developed a bottom of one elbow bend. So by developing a design like this, what will happen if you forgot, you put something in the pipe, you can open the bottom portion and you can take it out. Otherwise, it will go to the drainage directly. The mechanical pocket. Thank you very much.